Did you see that someone commented on a TikTok that I'm assuming was about urban fiction and said, I'm going to be honest, I love urban fiction. Enjoying the books, Demon's Dream is a favorite, but where are the urban books with white main characters? I'm seeing a lack of this.
This is a serious question.
Here you go.
Oh,
Here, I'll forward it to you.
please forward it,
Because I saw it and I said, that is exactly what we're opening the show up with today. Because what are we talking about? What I will say is the person responded and said, oh, they're there mostly. They're usually the first to die. Hope this helps.
yeah.
But then I said, I was like, are they not looking for mafia romance? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. I'm dumbfounded that, like, yeah, there's mafia. There's what else? Like, what other urban type stuff do the white people be doing there? They got
Mafia and
gangs, don't they? I mean, mafia is a gang, but don't they got like other gangs? I
I
don't
think
know.
so.
I know Mexicans have gangs. There's a whole bunch out of here, and
Yes, that's the
Asians
thing.
too.
Yes, the Asian gang members are very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
That is not what this
Yes.
is about, but they are very, very
So,
attractive.
I feel like white people might have gangs, so there's like something there for them. I don't know.
But I feel like white people be joining the black gangs. I.e.,
They
what's
do.
that
They
man
do.
that was fat that's not fat no more? That's Trump supporter. What's
Oh,
his name?
Jelly
His wife.
Roll.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Fat bastard.
He was a gang. Yep.
He was a
They got things. They want to be included in everything.
like, go read your mafia romance and leave us alone. Somebody also asked, like, what's the difference between like it was like a drug, or it was like a black urban fiction and a black mafia. And my response was the quality of suit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is Shelby.
And this is Jess.
And welcome back to the League of Extraordinary Readers. How was your week, friend?
This might be the longest week of my life. I feel like I say that every other week. I think this week really is stretching me. It really is. It's a lot of work going on. Yeah. And I got a really bad migraine, so she's still kicking around. Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah,
Also
so the joys. But other than that, I did enjoy my time at LA Times Festival of Books, which I'll get into later.
Okay.
I did go to an estate sale and got 2 frames. Okay. One book that is actually sitting right here. Like it's an art book.
It's an art book, right? I recognize the painting on the front.
Yes, and I got it because I have this frog coloring book that is is like all frogs, but they all are artwork pieces, and this is one of them.
I love that.
And I colored it the week before, and I was like, yes, I need it.
That was very serendipitous.
I know. And then I got this pot that I'm going to turn into an actual plant pot, because like it was a really lovely like estate sale, because they're all Black women. Her husband passed away, unfortunately, but I guess he was an antiquer or whatever. He thrifted. He had a whole shop of just things, just random things, like plates, chairs, tables, lamps, camera, frames, pots, anything, you name it, he had it. And so when he passed away, she obviously had all this stuff here. So she was like, let me know what you want. Anything's negotiable. So she gave me the 2 frames. Like, one frame was actually listed as $25. She gave me the 2 frames for $25. The book was like $5, and the pot was $2.
Oh, that's not
And
bad
she
at all.
was like, "Do what she was like, come back. We got so much stuff." I was like, "I'm on a mission." So I was like lasered in, but I said maybe if I come back and I see something I like again, I'll come back for it. And I saw these plates that I might go back for if they're not already gone. But she was really nice. Like, she was a school teacher, her niece posted on not threads, on TikTok, and it blew up.
Oh,
So
that's
they were
awesome.
like, "Wow, we didn't know this would blow up." She just kept saying people was coming through. I
I'm
just
glad that
love
that was able to
elders.
be like, right, like that was a good experience for them.
Hmm.
That it was something
Yeah, they're
unexpected.
really nice. So I asked them, are they going to do it again? The girl responded, she said May 9th.
Okay.
So if anybody's in LA and want to support a nice woman who just wants to get rid of all this stuff her husband bought, I'll send
Hey,
Shelby
right.
the address. And she says May 9th. She
Okay.
didn't post the time yet,
But
but I'm pretty sure it's probably be like 8 a.m. to 2 again.
look, May, I'm gonna see you in a couple weeks, friend.
Well, yeah, it's like right around the corner. The
Yeah,
month
we
gonna
got
be,
like a month.
yeah.
Literally in a month.
Wow,
I'll see you in a couple
we
weeks.
talked about it. It was like, oh, it's May.
I
Now
know.
May is
It was
tomorrow.
mad far and now May is tomorrow. Um,
Mm-hmm.
literally May is tomorrow. I don't know where this month went. I've had such a slow reading month. I've only finished 3 books this month. And by now I'm on my 6th or 7th. So I'm,
Yeah,
just going with the flow of that.
yeah. I am pedaling my way through. I was moving through the hospital at the end of the world, and then I hit to me and like not just like a slumpish, or just taking my time with the story. And then we're reading the Johnson Four. I put a dent in that, but haven't picked it back up except for earlier this morning. And then Erased got taken away from me at 51 minutes from the library, but they sent it back, so I'm gonna finish that.
See, and it's like as much as I want to use the library, something like that would send me into a tizzy.
Yeah, I was annoyed because I was like, literally, I thought I had 1 day left, a full
Mm-hmm.
day. By the time so I was like, okay, when I wake up in the morning, I got at least 8 hours left. They said, no,
Okay.
your calculations are very much wrong.
Yeah,
Give
they
us our book
said,
back.
not give us our book back. I
That's what.
would be very, I would be feeling away.
Yeah.
Um, I was just checking the calendar to see what guests we have next month, but we only have Deshaun Charles Winslow.
Mm-hmm.
That works out. Because I'm like, I do a bunch of traveling next month. I need to plan my reading out so that I'm not
Yeah.
driving myself
Same.
crazy. I'm probably gonna read his book before I leave, because if I try to take it with me, especially because we don't have the audiobook.
Does he come? He comes the week before you leave. I scheduled it for
The week
before
before
you
I
leave.
leave for you, I'll be in North Carolina for that episode.
Oh,
And if
that'd
I
be
try to take that to my
awesome.
sister's house, it's not gonna
It's not
happen.
gonna get done.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be sitting there like, so friends. So I might like,
That's real.
hey guys, love the conversation, can't partake. But no, because it's less than 200 pages. I might actually,
Which is crazy, yeah.
I might read this like next week. Maybe the first week of May.
I was gonna say you got a lot on your hands over there.
Because it's less than 200 pages, and all else fails, I'll read it on the plane.
I feel like it's gonna be one of those books. Either we're gonna be fooled that it's less than 200 pages and take us longer, or it's really gonna be a fast-paced book that is gonna be like we read this literally in 1 day. I
I
don't
read the
know which
first
one.
page and I had to sit it down. For those that are not watching,
Okay.
we're talking about The Fervent Whites by Deshaun Charles Winslow. I read the first page and I had to force myself. But I also know that we got copies of a memoir.
Yes.
And
What's
I
her name?
had it in my mind that she was in May also as well. That's why I was checking, but we're good.
We got till July. We have 2
Perfect
people in July. One, I'm
that
not
works.
sure if you saw before. I won't announce it because,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But if you
I
look at
probably
the
did.
calendar, it's confirmed from what we
Oh
were
yes.
talking
Okay.
about.
Okay. Perfect. Oh
And
yeah, that
then,
works.
yeah, so it's like back to back
I
memoir,
actually was taught
nonfiction.
for that one in particular, and I won't say much, but I was talking to my uncle about it, and he like beamed at me because that person's father is like a staple in our family. So
Yeah.
like that's gonna be one where like I feel like that's gonna be an interview where my family is gonna be like, oh, Shelby's famous because like that's gonna be the one that my family is like, no. Shelby did the thing. You know? That's gonna be the
She
one.
did that. She knows
Yeah,
this
that's
person, and officially she is the one to interview everybody.
exactly.
Yeah.
My uncle is also telling people that I write smut.
Yes. Yes.
I was like, sure, uncle. That's exactly what that's it.
Whatever
Mm-hmm.
whatever makes
Absolutely.
you remember I do something with books, I guess it works out.
Speak it into existence, I guess. So
Yeah.
but this will be the thing. Like my family is probably gonna be like, oh yeah, they are cousins now because Shelby did that's when I tell you, that's how that's gonna go. And when we get to California, I'm gonna make sure you're around when I mention it to my other, so that you
I
can
want
see
to
the
see the
reaction because
reaction. Yes.
that's gonna be funny. But okay, so we got some
Yeah.
stuff lined up. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. If we get this one other person, I have to follow up again. If we get this one other person in May, it's not requiring a book. It's requiring a discussion around
Oh yes,
publishing. We would be fine.
that would be really
It'd be
dope.
cool.
Yeah. It's funny because I just responded to one of her posts. She was explaining on Threads because she was like, okay, stuff is coming out where they're and this is good for people that listen to the podcast that want to be a part of like the group of people that get arcs and things like that. Publishers are reopening up their programs, and they usually do it, if not every quarter, like every other quarter, they reopen. And she said that people are filling out the what's your preferred social media by putting www.instagram.com or www. You can laugh. YouTube.com. So she was like, this is not the answer. We need an actual link. And I said, let me show you the meme that I sent to her because I said, now wait a minute. And she said, that's the face I made too.
Because I literally filled out the form to reapply
This is
for
what
it.
I sent because I was like, what do you mean that's what they're doing? What do you mean?
Exactly that. Because, like, what are we doing, guys? You put the link, the URL to your Instagram, to your YouTube.
And that's why when y'all be pissing me off, the first thing that I say is for a bunch of bitches that read books for fun, only 3 of us are smart. It's only 3 of us. And a possible, like, what do you mean, y'all? And I want to chalk it up to like the people are just excited to be applying for such a thing and that sort of stuff. So I give grace, but some of the stuff that she posts, I hope that she is able to come on and that.
Me too.
I think that'll be fun. She has a lot of personality. She runs a lot of marathons too.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
So I think that'll be.
I enjoy her posts a lot, and it's really funny because it's like, wow, people really don't be reading the things at all. Even like, I didn't know that they stopped not requiring, but they started requiring even more 2,500 followers because I remember when joining that specific program, I only had, I think, 1,500.
Right.
I think they were accepting 1,000 minimum, but I was like, oh, they're cracking down on the arcs because that was a cool thing. Yeah.
But I also think the issue, and we can talk about this when we start to talk about like book fest and stuff, is they're really starting to be an issue with people selling arcs and they're not supposed to be sold. And I remember someone
Yes.
commented on my post and was just like, I was responding to someone selling an arc and it was like for something and they were like, well, what's wrong with them selling a limited edition? And I'm like, an arc is not a limited edition. An arc is an advanced copy that literally says on the front it should not be sold. It's not supposed to be
Yes.
sold, right? So it's just like, you're getting this thing, it's a gift, it's an honor to get. Like, I keep every last arc that I get, even if I don't get a chance to read it in advance. Like, as soon as I get it, I keep every one.
Same. Yeah. I think people don't realize, because I explained this to my friend. She got an arc from Rep Club and she didn't know like how they worked and everything. She's not really in the book world, but she just reads whatever I tell her to read. And
Right.
so she got an arc of somebody that we really want on the show. I'll text it to you. But
Okay.
she got that arc and she was like, what do they do? I was like, it's for promotion. And she's like, it's not finished, right? Or is it finished? And I was like, well, it's not fully finished. There's some edits. There's sometimes if it needs a map, there's no map in it. If there's a dedication, there's no dedication.
Right. There's no dedication. There's no
None of
author note.
None of that is in there. It's just literally straight what it is. And then you just want to go out and get the actual finished copy or they'll send it to you. Like, it's really 1, 2, 3. And she was like, wow, that's so amazing. She was like, I never really,
And
understood.
like, I have an arc right here just to show you guys, just to kind of give you an example. Like, one, on the back of an arc, there's always like information for marketing department, whatever. But in the front, it tells you campaign, this is for, use this for, blah 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 blah. And some of this stuff says like major print review, author interviews, national radio outreach, targeted podcast interview campaign, targeted indie bookseller galley. So like, this is marketing material. So people like Jess and I will get stuff like this because the intent is to help promote the book. And even if that is us just like this, me holding this up in the podcast is enough for this book. I haven't said the name, I haven't said the author's name, I haven't said a publishing company or enough. This is enough. This is all they want from us, for real.
Yeah, that's it. They just want you to
help
show
sell
the book, to help sell the book. That's it. Yeah, people are just getting out of pocket. That's why they say don't sell it, because it messes up the integrity of the author and what they've wrote, and then on top of the integrity of the publisher. It's just like a trickle down effect. So yeah, stop putting that stuff on Pango, guys. Like, what are we doing?
They are really starting to crack down on that. And even with like y'all know I hate NetGalley with a passion, but even on NetGalley, like, you only have it for like net 60 days or something like that. Like, they're not even letting you keep the it's pops up in the library, and after whatever the amount of was, like, when I was trying to use NetGalley consistently, some of them were 60 days, some of them were 30 days, some of them were 90. So I think it depends, but they're not always letting you keep it. Whereas with a physical, which is why I prefer, like, as a collector, as a lover of literature, I don't mind. Send me a physical arc. I want the physical arc.
Yes.
That's like, I need to shake my mama down because she got my physical arc of the True Confessions of First Lady Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
And that I need to put in a frame.
Because we got a different cover. We got all things.
Right. That has to be right. No. That's the moment
gold
in history.
right there.
I have to exactly that one. I have to. And for whatever reason, I don't know where my arc of the Seven Daughters of Dupree is. I still need to get a physical copy of that. So I think I'm gonna do that when I'm out there with you. Like, that'll be one of the books that I grab because I need a physical copy. And a little birdie, she might be here for something that I can't say. So I may be able to get her to sign it in person.
Oh, fun.
You know, she I was talking to her on Threads, and you know, she only like 5'3".
I could see that, yeah.
I thought she was a tall. I'm like, am I gonna have to stand on my knees to talk to everybody?
Yes.
My God. But Speaking of arcs, I did get a copy of The Great Wherever
Yes,
by
yes.
Shannon Sanders, and I started reading it last night, and I am hooked. I want to know all of the things. I want to know what's going on, what's what. Um, the story starts out being told by one of her ancestors that's a ghost. So I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. So far so good. But like Jess was saying, my week has been, I've had a migraine, and when I haven't physically had the pain of a migraine, I've had all the aura symptoms. So I've just felt sick this week. So my reading has been slow, but I haven't really been doing anything this week anyway. So I'm reading Yesteryear with Sarah. What I will say is, as a person, and I'm going to speak for Sarah and myself, as people that read actually deep books, this book is not deep to us.
Yeah, I could see that.
But that doesn't negate, or that isn't lost on me, that to some people it is having a deep conversation. And I think for a debut novel, I can see a debut novel and a book that's supposed to be a thriller. That's important. Genre is important. I feel like y'all judge books a lot without honing in on genre. I think the execution is okay. I don't think that is a bad book. I see why people are in, like, I do think that people are gassing it up, but that doesn't negate the excitement that they have.
The book came out of nowhere, it feels like. Like the hype just really came out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh. Okay.
And I think for people like us, me, you, and Sarah, we have to learn to turn our brains off when we're going into books that may not necessarily meet the standard of what we normally read. Because I had to say to Sarah, I said, you're asking for way too much from something that was never going to be.
It
was never going to be the caliber of what we read. To that note, I also implore the same people that think this is like the greatest book ever, to read Kindred. Just read Kindred and leave us alone.
Yeah.
I just like,
because like the marketing behind the book is doing what it's supposed to do, because it is a buzzworthy type of book in terms of like, it's a trad woman. What is she, like, influencer or something? And
she is an influencer.
Back. Yeah.
And it like hints that the house is possibly a time machine, and she goes back to 1855 and she has to like live this trad life that she is portraying online. But I think the part for me that you and I have discussed as two people that work in social media from a bunch of different angles is like, the people that y'all are badgering about being trad wives are running businesses.
Yeah.
Dara Smith is a businesswoman. I'm sorry. That other lady that got y'all drinking raw milk, she also too is a businesswoman. She is not in her $300 rain boots and that, neutral color sweater that probably costs, that wool sweater that probably costs $1,000. She's not milking a cow every day. She has a team of people to do that for her. And that doesn't negate the authenticity of her. But just because people like to put recipes online or people know how to build aesthetic doesn't mean that they are necessarily pushing that on you, right? And for those that open their mouths and do say that we should be living in a particular way, then you should come after their ideologies because of what comes out of their mouths and what they say should be for everybody, not necessarily because the girls are making butter from scratch. Homemade butter is actually good.
Yeah, it is. And the thing that kills me is like, we look down upon these trad wives a lot, but they're running 7-8 figure businesses
that
and
you
they're making
could never.
They're making crazy. Like, you can crap on Nara Smith all you want. I mean,
but she is probably the breadwinner in her house.
She is. She has to be. Lucky
I had to say
that he's strutting, but like, You know how
to
much
say to
fashion actually
someone,
pays?
right? I had to say to someone, I said the issue that y'all should have with Nara Smith is that she is a black woman who is a Mormon. That's the issue.
Like, period, point
Message.
blank.
That's the issue.
Period,
Her
period,
standing
point
in her
blank.
kitchen and making food from scratch because she wants her family to have like healthier
Mm-hmm.
things because she has the access to do those things is not her saying that your life is terrible and bad. She's not projecting onto you what you are perceiving from her stuff. You feel that way. And that could be a conversation about societal standards and how you consume media.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody that is posting online is ever posting this because they, as far as I understand, they're not. Nara Smith is not posting it because she is at home like, you know what, I'm gonna make these bitches mad because they're at home eating McDonald's and look at what I'm eating. She's
Homegirl got
not.
like psoriasis or something, and so she's
I'm
literally
saying
just
she got real
sharing.
bad
Yeah,
eczema and she
yeah.
started cooking from scratch like that because it was better for her skin.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here,
It's
right?
and another perfect example is that the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, although they are all batshit crazy, Whitney, the one that broke as a breakout star, she's on Broadway, she's doing all the things. She used to be a stay-at-home mom. Like all of them were stay-at-home moms. All of them are now making more than their husbands.
Right. But
All of
even
them.
we could talk about with reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should never look at reading content and feel like it's an attack on how much you read or how much you don't read. That says
Yes.
more about you than it does about the content you're consuming. Why
Yes.
does something like that make you feel that way?
Yeah. It's always I think there's social media shows a mirror to the things that you may want in life. And depending on how you react to it is where you are currently and where you need to like sit with yourself and dissect that and figure out like what's going on. Cause like even a short like discussion I had with somebody, I was telling her like, yeah, like I'm going through like trying to find a good job, blase blase, and I saw somebody like I congratulated her also on getting a job because she's been out of a job for a minute. And I was like, I'm really happy for you because I know how long it took you to get a really good job. And I know something's coming around the corner. And she was like, wow, like that mindset and that reframe really does like say a lot about you because like I was also in that same position not too long ago and I was thinking like damn, I wish I could have that job about somebody
Right,
else,
right, right,
like
right, 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 right.
so
Mm-hmm.
it's like if you just
It says more about you.
rework, yeah, just like rework your mind frame about things. And if you're just like mad that somebody's bought like 50 books like what do you want to do, or you're mad that they're reading 100 books every year and they already have 50 books for the year and it's
Right,
April. That's somebody's ease, that's somebody's like they're
right. There's so many
good,
things
they're
into
living life.
consideration.
Yeah,
So it's like I think, like I was saying, I
yeah,
think it is having a deep conversation, albeit not deep to me,
yeah,
because I'm not unlearning any of the things, right? Like
yeah.
I'm not. That's not where my mindset is. But I understand why it could be deep for somebody else. I still think
Oh yeah,
that y'all are just
it's
yelling from
definitely
the
gas.
rafters because it very feels it very much feels like how I call The Handmaid's Tale white roots,
Yeah.
white kindred.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it feels. It feels like white
White
women
kindred,
are
that should be the name of the podcast, white kindred.
you got it, friend. White kindred. It very much feels like as I'm reading it, it feels like, oh, I as a white woman have struggles too. And it's like, girl,
Yeah, yeah.
like, am I really
It's
supposed to
interesting.
be? Am I supposed to be moved by this, friend?
Yeah,
Like, am I
yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not terrible.
Okay.
Um, I'll report back once I finish. My
Yeah.
goal is to finish everything that I have going right now by,
Next week.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
Guys, brace yourselves. We're all going to be reading. Me and Shelby going to be reading a lot in the next week. So we'll come with the whirlwind
yeah,
of
the next
reviews.
episode is gonna be,
Just reviews.
yeah, because we'll be like reading up until next
Hmm.
Thursday. So
Yeah.
by Wednesday, who knows what we will have finish because I have to read Beloved. Because I am participating in the Center for Fiction's reading group. So we'll be reading Beloved, Jazz, Paradise, and Love.
I would love to hear your thoughts about Jazz. Reading it, you read it 3 times?
I've already read it before. This will be my 3rd time reading it.
Okay. I want to see what you pick up on this 3rd time. Because like the first time
I feel
was
like
interesting.
because didn't we come to the conclusion that Jazz, Beloved, and
Paradise are a trilogy.
Yeah. Right.
We're gonna probably read Beloved at some point in the year for book club.
Okay.
More than likely.
So yeah, reading them this time around, I'll probably be able to pick up a little bit more because I'll be reading them together. So I'll probably have more to say.
Okay.
But it will be my first time reading. It's not my first time reading Paradise. It's going to be my 2nd time reading Paradise. I just haven't read it in so long that we could count it as the first time.
Did you read Love?
No, I have not.
Okay.
And I need to throw the Song of Solomon in there because I just need to do a reread.
I need to read it, period. I've heard really great things. I think that might be my next one, low-key.
Let me know when you read it. We probably can read it together. Because I haven't read that that probably was college too. So over a decade.
Okay. I need to pick up a copy of the I like the ones I like the new edition of them, don't get me wrong, but I do like the ones that are just kind of basic with just Song of Solomon on them, like not the new ones. So I want to get that, and then I'll get the new edition of that.
Yeah, so I think the ones that are out right now are Sula, the Song of Solomon, and Beloved. Paradise, Jazz, and the rest of them come out over the summer.
Oh,
because they didn't release them all at the same time. Yeah, no, but the rest of them are coming out because
I know Tiari.
Who did
Solomon?
Let's see, that sounds right.
Did Jasmine do Beloved?
Jasmine Ward? No, Beloved is Honore.
That's who it was.
Honore Jeffers. Right. Okay. So Jazz, Love, Tar Baby, Paradise, and A Mercy come out like spring. So Tar soon. Baby, yeah. Sasha Bonet did Tar Baby.
Oh
my God. You haven't read the Water Dance. I mean the Water Bears yet, have you?
I haven't. I know. Before you kill
Girl,
me.
a time. Oh, we could talk about that forever. Raven Leilani did the introduction for Love. That's interesting. Song of Solomon is Tayari Jones. Sula is Jasmine Ward. The Bluest Eye is Jacqueline Woodson. But Paradise, who is doing Paradise?
I like the people that they got doing these though. I do enjoy the curation of who they got.
Yeah.
I wonder if what about Bernice McFadden? Like maybe she might be doing one of them. She would be a good pick.
I don't remember her name. I feel like Paradise was a man, and I was excited when I originally saw it. Vintage 3 issue. Here we go.
No, 2 months ago.
Hold on a second. Paradise, the introduction is by Tommy Orange. A Mercy is Amani Perry. Home and God Help the Child are to be determined. Jazz is Kevin Young.
Okay.
So yeah, I believe those will be
Tommy Orange,
everything else will be
great pick
for Paradise. Yes, everything should be out by August of this year. So y'all should already know. I will have all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna just.
And these will probably be the ones that I annotate. To be honest, Like Tar Baby, I will definitely be rereading that. I kind of want to make that a book club pick.
I need to try it again. It wasn't a
Tar
bad
Baby?
book. Yeah, it was just I picked it during around Christmas time, thinking I was gonna read.
Oh yeah, no.
And me and that book stared at each other, read like 20 pages, was like, this is great.
I
Never
think
came
you
back
should
to it.
read An American Marriage and Tar Baby together.
I remember you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, those
That'd be
two
a good
belong together.
revisit.
But yeah, these will probably be one. Like I know I'm definitely gonna annotate Beloved. I'm probably gonna read A Thief and a Guardian. Because I want to immersive read it, but the audiobook is, it's not a long book. The audiobook is 7 hours and 4 minutes. So if I speed that up, I could sit and read that in one sitting.
I
Maybe
didn't
two.
buy A Thief and I have the book, A Guardian and a Thief. There we go. Let's see how. Oh, I got it immediately. Wow.
Yeah, so I'll probably read
Maybe I'll do
that
that too.
like tonight
Mm-hmm.
into tomorrow.
And my copy
And
is also
take my notes
signed. Okay.
and take notes for it because my panel is this weekend and they've added people.
Yes.
There's gonna be like a Amazon employee from Audible there, so they had to like move some stuff around. So I probably won't be able to start Beloved until Monday, and I have to read it for Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
your week,
be,
friend?
yeah, that's my week.
Okay.
Let's do a praise for. If you guys
Yes.
have been following me anywhere, you have heard me rave about A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest J. It is a phenomenal book, but I realize that a lot of people don't know who Ernest James Gaines is. He was born January 15th, 1933, and he passed away November 5th, 2019, so not too long ago. I'm glad he didn't have to experience the pandemic.
Listen.
He was an American author, Black author, born in Louisiana, and he spent a lot of his early life living on the River Lake plantation before moving to California and later serving in the United States military. Which is interesting because that journey from Louisiana to California is present in some of his books. So his popular novels are Lesson Before Dying, The Autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, and A Gathering of Old Men. In his early life, he was amongst the fifth generation of his sharecropper family, and they did live on the plantation, like I mentioned, but like when I say on the plantation, like he was living in like the old slave shacks. And although he is far removed from slavery in age, he talks a lot about it in his writing, which I think is really, really cool. He went to Stanford University. And like I said, he was married, he was in the military. I don't know. His writing style reminds me a lot of James McBride. Like if James McBride and Zora Neale Hurston had a baby. And I know that that's a very interesting combination of things. A lot. I'm asking you to use very opposite sides of your brain here. But I think dang, I almost knocked myself in the head. I think the way that he writes place and is so rooted in the Cajun Southern community in his writing leans very much towards the work that Zora Neale Hurston did. And her use of language.
Okay.
Whereas with how James McBride tells stories is very similar to Ernest J. Gaines, but I don't know who else. Like he's made me want to look up other Black male authors because I'm like, I don't know who else to compare him to. I honestly don't. And y'all know I'm good at that. That is my superpower. I'm good for telling you where to go next, who this author is like. Like, I'm very good, and Ernest J. Gaines kind of has me stumped.
Walter Mosley's would he somehow be kinda not really
Yes
because
and
of
no.
mm-hmm.
Yes and no. I feel like I could totally see Walter Mosley being a fan of Ernest J. Gaines.
Mm-hmm.
Walter Mosley leans more creative.
Mm-hmm.
Ernest J. Gaines speaks very plainly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it almost feels like there's no style and technique.
He's just
But there
writing.
is. Yeah, like it almost feels that way. Like we're just in his head and he's telling us a story.
Trying to think who
Walter
else.
Mosley feels like that sometimes. So yeah, yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I don't think I've ever cried about a book like that. Like, I think I sent you the video of me sobbing, but like when I say I sat here and I cried for a good like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to I
But
mean, I've
yeah,
had
it's
the what is the Jane Pittman book on
oh
my
yeah, the
list for a minute.
autobiography of Jane Pittman. That's the
Yeah, I've
only one
had
that I
the
didn't buy. I went and bought
mm,
all the rest of his books.
yeah. I've
Everyone
had
I
that
could
on my
find.
list. She bought every book she could find. Yeah,
Everyone.
I'm kind of the way you describe it makes me wanna like I've been in this interesting mood. I think after I finish these next batch of books that we have coming up, I'm picking up probably Walter Mosley or James McBride because I haven't seen my guys in a minute. Because that's the mood I've been
Read a
feeling.
lesson before dying. Read a lesson before dying.
Okay.
Leave them. Read a lesson before dying.
Leave them alone.
Leave them over there because Walter Mosley you'll get to because Galen comes out. Is that next month? So
Yes, it does. Yeah.
that'll be you'll get your chance. That's fine. Read a lesson before dying.
Okay.
Read a lesson before dying because it's just it's so good. And
Mm,
I've read A Lesson Before Dying and I read The Tragedy of Brady Sims.
mhm.
Both very good. Brady Sims is more of a novella. It's shorter.
Okay.
Um but then like I'm probably going to have to hunt down some of these short stories like when like where were they published? Were they published in anthologies? Were they what? Like I'm going to have to hunt them down.
Okay.
I'm going to have to hunt them
He
down.
he did a number on you if he's like literally got you buying all his books in one go.
Didn't even bat an eyelash.
I feel that. That's
I
some
was
good
like, let me
reading right
go.
there.
Yeah, I was like, let me go in here and round this up right fast because I need to read all of the things. And I started reading of Love and Dust.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Oh yeah.
so that'll probably be the next one that I read by him. But yeah, I was like, sign me up. I want all the things.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Well, y'all get to read Ernest J. Gaines. I'll report back next month. I will.
You gonna have a time, friend.
All right. I can't wait. I think because, yeah, I've been in a mood for one of them. So I was like, once I clear my need to reads, I'll probably pick up. But I'll pick up Ernest J. Gaines. If you said it's like a little mesh between Zora and James McBride, I really need to figure out, like, I can't wait to see that comparison.
Yeah, because even with Zora Neale Hurston, like there's style and technique there, but she also speaks very plainly.
Yeah, she does.
But it's poetic. And I don't necessarily feel like Ernest J. Gaines, at least with A Lesson Before Dying, was very poetic in his style.
Mm.
But it's I don't know. When you read it, you'll be able to
See?
report back. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, friends, we're going to get into some book news and all the things. So if you haven't seen, Whoopi Goldberg launches Whoop Inc. in partnership with Blackstone, the publishing company. I believe the same publishing company that gave Jacquel J her 7-figure deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So, award-winning actor, New York Times bestseller, Whoopi Goldberg is expanding her partnership with Blackstone Publishing to launch her own book imprint. I'm not sure if you guys read her memoir, which I've been meaning to do, Bits and Pieces, My Mother, My Brother, and Me, which held a several-month-long run on the New York Times bestsellers list. And what we can expect from this imprint is she said she wants to, publish more Black and brown authors and get them out into the world. What's already under the imprint outside of her own book is Pignon, Scorbion, and the Barbershop Detectives by Rick Bayless. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Okay.
And then another book by him. I'm assuming it's like a murder mystery series that's going along. This is a Pignon, Scorbion, Mystery, Murder, and Haxford. So that's already
Okay.
what's published. And let's see. Yeah, so her paperback edition of Bits and Pieces comes out on Mother's Day, just
Oh,
in
that's awesome.
time. Yeah, Mother's Day 2026. Well, not on Mother's Day, but just in time in that same month. She said, I'm personally looking forward to finding new authors, working with established authors, bringing influential voices into a curated imprint. I'm looking forward to working with Blackstone, who have been a powerhouse in the audio space and have been flourishing in print over the past years. Whoop Inc. will cater to audiobook lovers like me and get important stories into more hands and ears across the globe. So it looks like that's what's coming from Whoopi, and I'm excited
And
to
you
see
can
what she does.
also on the Blackstone website, you can submit your manuscript. So if you do have something that you are working on and you want to submit it, Whoopi might
She
pick
might
you.
pick
And
you
hey
up.
girl, come on down to the podcast.
Listen, but that's exciting. How do you feel
Very.
about more imprints by celebrities?
It's kind of hit or miss for me. I think some of them haven't really like there was just this big boom with all of these celebrities having imprints, and then they haven't really put anything out, or they aren't doing anything in the bookish world. So I'm hoping, like, with something like this, like, I feel like Whoopi is somebody that is very well read, so I'm hoping that she is able to do the work that she says she wants to do.
Same. I think it's a interesting business. I think this is something that we can ask the person that we want to have on about imprints and the publishing industry, but I find it very interesting, especially like for one celebrity author having an imprint. I believe it's Sarah Jessica Parker, who has her imprint, but underneath that imprint is Aisha Curry's imprint underneath her imprint. So
Really, I didn't realize that was that way.
And it was like, yeah, it's underneath hers, and I was like, how does this work? But it's under Sweet July Publishing, I think, because it's her brand and stuff.
Right.
So I was like, how does that work when it comes to publicity, marketing? Because those books I didn't hear much about, if I'm being honest. Like, I know about it because, like, I want to buy one of the books.
Coleman Hill is under SJP.
Well, Aisha Curry is what I'm talking about.
What you're talking about? Okay, because I'm like, well,
those.
no, we know about.
Oh yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker, I know about her books, but the books that are under the imprint underneath it all.
Right, but that's the same one that John Legend has an imprint as well.
Yeah, where's he under?
Don't get me to line. But it's like I never see him. I did recently see like a clip of him reading to children, and I'm like, I guess, speaking of John Legend and his children, that first baby they had is 10 years old.
No, it's not. I mean, no,
Yes,
they
she
not.
is. Yes, she is.
Isn't she?
That baby is
Oh,
that baby is 10 years old. Yes. What is her name?
how long they been together?
A month of Sundays.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking
Uh,
at John Legend. He is definitely underneath Sarah Jessica Parker.
dang, he only 5'9".
I thought he was shorter, actually.
I was gonna say that's tall. Yes, Luna was born in 2016. Luna is 10 years old.
Yeah,
Miles was born in 2018,
mm-hmm.
and then Esty and Ren were born in
How many children they
2023.
got?
4, 2, 4,
Oh, I thought they only had 2.
and then the dog died. I remember that. And then Chrissy Teigen said something online, and I said,
Yeah, it was a
I'm
lot of
tired.
something.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
They've been married since 2013, so they've been married for 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That's crazy.
Okay. Wow.
And apparently he's going on tour.
Oh, he got a new album or something, or he's just going on tour because
Baby,
it's a
who knows?
recession.
I wouldn't know. That first album, sorry to derail this train. His first album is trifling as the fuck.
Which
And
one
y'all
was
think
is it
because
the one
that
with the
man,
piano?
all of
Solely,
them
I
are
forgot.
piano friends.
But meaning
What
like
are you talking about?
the main cover was him with the piano.
Most of
Wasn't
his
it?
album covers are him on the piano.
I don't be paying attention to John Legend, as you can see. Let's
Yeah, because
see.
I'm like, what you talking about, friend?
Oh no, the one with his side profile. There we go.
Yeah,
Yes,
Get
Get
Lifted. That is
Lifted.
a trifling album.
I haven't listened to it in a long time, but yes, I can
Baby,
agree. I
when
can
I
concur.
used to love you, it's nothing that I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't do. I'm gonna have to run it back. That's a good album. His first like
Mm-hmm. 3
3
was
albums are
good.
fire. After that,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. Love in the Future was like,
I
all
just
right. All right.
in my mind, John Legend and Elmore are the same person.
God, let's get back on topic.
So, how was your experience at the LA Book
Yeah.
Festival?
LA Festival Times LA Times Festival book
I was
of
gonna
books.
say, baby,
A
I don't know
lot of
what
time.
you're talking about.
LA is underneath LA Times and it's a festival of books.
Okay.
So it's at USC, which is a very big campus, very lovely campus, I will say. Sidetrack. Once I started understanding the geography of Los Angeles and realized that USC is like in the middle of like basically prostitution alley, it's a lot going on. It's not far. It's not far. And any USC grads, please don't jump me, but you guys are right there.
If we want to be honest, most colleges are in the hood.
Yes. You're not wrong. Howard University, when I visited Howard,
We're in the hood, Temple in the hood.
I was like, ooh.
The college I went to is the hood down the road.
Hood down the road, yeah.
Down
The
the
college
road
I
is
went to is, Mexican hood, but it's right there. Not Mexican, Cuban. Cubans.
they gonna come get you because this is the second time today that you done talked about a hood and Hispanic group
I'm
of people. You
sorry,
mentioned
guys.
Mexican. Then when they come and get you,
It
leave
shut
me
me
out
down.
of it.
I'm
Leave
sorry,
me
guys.
out
I'm
of
sorry.
it. I have books to read.
But nonetheless, see, it's a really beautiful campus. It was really cool. I was happy I went. I did not give up on parking. They were not lying about the parking because when you roll up, I was coming from Inglewood from that estate sale. I rolled up on the first whatchamacallit, parking garage, and that said $40.
American?
Yes. And I almost had a stroke. Then I went to the other one that they said go to that one because that one will more than likely have parking. Let me tell you something. That parking lot was full by 10:20. The festival started at 9 a.m. I don't know. So I went to another one and I found that one. That one has a shuttle. That one was $25 for parking. I was like, whatever. It is what it is. Took the shuttle, very efficient, got over there, walked in, beautiful. Everybody has tote bags, everybody has books. There's so many tents. It can be overwhelming at first because there's so many tents. You don't know where to go. Where's this? Where's that? I was kind of rushing because I was trying to get to Jason Reynolds, and I forgot the other two. Was her name Natalia? I'm going to tell you right now,
Okay.
real quick. They were both really great speakers. But I was rushing over to their panel because I really, really wanted to listen to them talk. And what they were talking about is pretty much what we talk about all the time about the babies and books and how they write.
Okay.
And writing to them, not about them in this weird kind of way. Her
Yeah,
name's not
condescending
Natalia.
way.
Yeah, it's Hannah Sawyer and Idris Goodwin.
Okay.
And Idris Goodwin is the author of King of the Neuroverse, and then Hannah is the author of Truth Is, which are both YA books alongside Jason Reynolds' soundtrack book. If you guys listened to that last year, it's now being published, I believe, as
Yeah,
a
he'll be
regular physical
here.
book.
The event is tonight.
Nice.
No, it was last night, my bad. Y'all know
Okay.
how I feel about Jason Reynolds. My man, my man, my man, my baby, my baby. He just don't know it yet. That's all.
He's an amazing person to listen to speak, and how he articulates his words, especially when it comes around the subject of youth and children and understanding how they think and speaking to them. Because like he said, a lot of the times the adult characters in the books are thoughts that he has, and they feel more fleshed out obviously than the youthful characters in the book, like the teens that he's talking about, right? And he's putting those thoughts into the actual adults and giving them also the lessons, and also showing that they're also flawed in their own ways, because he's
Right.
like, well, we're all flawed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was very interesting. Idris and Jason both have worked together in capacity of Idris adapted one of Jason's books into a play because he's a playwright originally. And I believe he lives in Seattle. And then Hannah is a poet, and she writes mostly to young girls, which I liked their dialogue. It was really great. Then I bounced from there to Mama Tina's tent. She is so unintentionally funny because she hops out the golf cart and was like, like it was just so, it was the most I don't know how to explain it. She just rolled up and the speaker wasn't even there yet. Nothing was there yet. And she was just
Mama
like,
seemed to just be doing stuff, and I know she be stressing Beyonce, Kelly, Blue, all of them. I feel like she don't stress Solange out. Solange be like, "Go on, girl, whatever."
yeah.
But I know Beyonce be like, "Do somebody have eyes on my mother? Where's my mother?"
Listen, she's hilarious. But I did like how she's, I believe she said this in the book before, but I liked how she explained, because a lot of people don't understand, like when it comes to age gap siblings, and you might understand because your siblings are also age gap. My sister's 5 years younger than me, and she was explaining how Beyonce and Solange got to a certain point. It was around 10 years old and 5 years old, and I remember that as well vividly, being 10 years old and 5 years old, and my sister being 5, and not wanting your little sister around because we're in a whole different time.
Baby,
Like I'm about to be in my
Tiffany is
teens and all
so.
the
My
things.
oldest sister is 20 years older than me.
Mm.
Tiffany is 9 years older than me. I'm 12 years older than my younger sister.
Yeah.
We were never in. There was never an alignment of ages.
There was never
or
going to be
anything.
alignment. The stars were not aligned there for that.
No, I do
listen.
remember. I just said this to my mother the other day. Back in the day, the Spice Girls had these like lollipops, and they used to have stickers in them. And me and Tiffany used to fight. And remember, there's a 9-year difference between the two of us. There was no reason she was fighting me. But that's why I hit hard now, because I wasn't letting her have my stickers.
Yeah. No, like literally, but she was like, I took my kids to therapy because I did not want them to be in this weird position of like
Right.
hating or resenting your little sister. And I was like, that's actually really brilliant. Like,
But I
shout out
think
to
on the
you. And
opposite
she had the
end,
means.
but I think on the opposite end, I think it's interesting that she was able to take them to therapy for that. But then she was moving out every time.
Yeah.
That like you get what I'm saying? Like it's this
Yeah.
self-awareness of like, oh, I don't want my babies to be impacted by this particular thing. But that's why Beyonce had Jay-Z chasing her around the globe literally, because every time that man did something, Tina packed up her children, the dog, and everything else,
She sure
and got out, but
did.
kept
She
going
sure
back.
did.
Because when we went to her book event, when the book first launched, she was talking about how recently, in the last year at the time, the girls almost caught her and that man sleeping together.
Oh,
And she was like, yeah, I had to tell him,
wait,
like, I'm not, Matthew,
they're dead?
Matthew knows,
Really?
yes.
That's why she be keeping the last name. I mean, I get it just for other, but that's why she be keeping the last
Yeah,
name.
she was like, yeah, they, because they would be popping up at the
Yeah.
house, and I had to tell him to get up and get out because the girls was coming, and I finally had to be like, I'm not gonna be running around from my children.
Hey,
So,
it's a toxic cycle, even in her
and I wanted to
70s.
say, I wanted to say, at your big age, gal,
Which is crazy.
at your
That's
very big
crazy.
age, Miss Tina.
Yeah, no, she's
Wish my
funny.
mama
She
might
was
be in her set.
just
Well, my
different.
daddy gone on to glory, but I wish I might have been. And I come in here, and my mama talk about some. Your daddy just left here. Why? For what?
And y'all alone? Because you guys are supposedly don't get
At this
alike, so
address?
get along. So like, what is
Yeah,
happening here?
no. People ask me all the time, like, oh, so like, were your parents divorced? I said, I praise every ancestor that I have known and that Gay and Timothy never were married. That would no,
Yeah.
no, thank you. You never wish your parents would. No, and your children probably don't want you together either.
Cause listen, Mama Tina, she's funny, and she was
She
in
is.
that bed
She's a very good
with
time.
that man. I can't
She
believe
sure
she was
did.
really
When
in
she
that
said
bed with
that
that
at the
man.
thing, I looked over at my mother like, did Miss Tina just say what I think she said? She
She sure
did.
did with her whole chest.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was a good talk. That was a good talk. Then I met up with Megan, who is a listener of the pod. Shout out to
Hey,
Megan. She's
girl.
a great time. We met up, we walked around, we was looking at different tables. The romance section is booming, man. But I didn't get to go to all the tables because it's a lot of people. It's overwhelming. It's very hot. So I know what to expect next time is to come. The food was good. We had a really great burger as well. I was stunned. They was in there seasoning. These white women were seasoning. I don't know what they put in that burger, but we were both like, oh my gosh,
Y'all
what
sure
did
y'all
you put
wasn't
in this
just hungry?
burger? I don't know. I think she went back. I think Megan went back the next day.
Okay, it had
I
another
gotta ask
burger
her if she
and
ended. I think let me see if she. I gotta confirm with her if it was. Megan,
okay.
if you're
Was it
listening, let
still
us know,
right? Was it
please.
still good the next day? Because that's a telltale sign.
We were hungry because I did not eat up until that point because I was getting a little senile. And I was like, you know what? But you can bring the thing with the festival, like you can buy tickets to different, panels because they had
Okay.
like Addie Kitchens was there,
My
S.A.
girl be on
Cosby
the
was
Instagram
there.
naked and twerking.
She do. Doing
My girl be with her bunkie all to the wind, wielding
doing yoga,
knives, having a time.
doing all the things.
I love that for
Yes,
her.
yes. She was there. Who else is there? It was a lot of panels. I didn't pay to go to some of the panels just because I was like, oh, let me stay in budget. And I was just trying to see how it is. Especially if I
Budget.
go next year, I'll go 2 days. Maybe I'll get the press pass and like really think about creating
We're gonna speak
content.
it into existence. Next year, we're going to
Mm-hmm.
be on a panel.
Period. Exactly.
We'll be there both days next year because we'll be on a panel, be able to do all the things.
Yeah, it was a good time. I think everybody should go to the Festival of Books. They don't call it for Bookchella for no reason. It be deep. It was like 156,000 people over the 2 days.
Oh yeah, what's his name was there? I can't remember that baby name right now.
Michael, the librarian, or
Nope.
Trey. He was there too. Trey Johnson, Black Genius.
I did see that he was there. No.
Who else?
Hold on, because I was in his DMs asking him questions.
You be in people's DMs
all the time. Native Son.
Oh, I did not know he was there.
Ibrahim. Yes, he went.
Yeah, the girls are out. The girls were out. The girls go out. The boys are out. The babies are out. It's very family friendly. It's very nice.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that one is definitely gonna be one I go to continuously because I do like it. And you get to, like, I didn't get to see Mama Tina last year on her tour. It's just a great,
right.
You kind of know what to expect also because, like, some of the people that were there, like Garcelle, her book came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of know the patterns of how they're booking some of these authors. S.A. Cosby, he had a book. Kennedy Ryan was there. Daniel Allen was there on day 2. So you kind of see the pattern of, like, okay, because this person had a book out last year, depending on their availability, they'll definitely be at the Times.
Right.
That type of
S.A.
thing.
Cosby and Kennedy Ryan are going to be at the Bronx's reading this summer.
I saw that. That should be fun. Are you going to go?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool.
It was hot as the devil's toenails out there last year. So much so that, like, I think I was texting you the whole time about how hot it was. And then I saw The Love of My Life, Jason Reynolds, and I, like, squealed at how fine he was. And then I was embarrassed and wanted to leave. So that's what we did.
He is a really great looking man in person for sure.
And he big and he tall.
He's really tall. It was not. I mean,
because
I knew
I'm
that,
tall,
but he's quite tall.
Because I'm tall, he's just tall to me. Just to give y'all a ratio aspect, Jess is about 2 feet off the ground for real. It's okay. He at best is like 6'2".
Yeah.
Like, to me, really tall is 6'4". Like, that is when I feel a significant difference in a man. Like, I wouldn't necessarily have to look up to Jason Reynolds. Like, I can look him in his eye. But, like, that 6'4" is when I gotta be like, that's when I gotta, like, I gotta look up. But I could tell that Jason Reynolds was tall from across the little thing. So that's why I was like,
wow.
Why do I feel small all the way over here?
He's a tall dude, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, what book festivals do you want to go to, or are you attending any this year?
So my sister and I are going to Indie Love in Nashville in June, which I am super excited about because I will get to meet Emma Bash in person. I don't know who else is going to be there. I don't know any of the. I haven't looked at any of that stuff. My sister played this. I'm just going because my sister was like, "This is something book related that we can do together." Because I believe one of my sister's friends from high school is an author now, and will be there as well. So it all kind of coincides. So I definitely want to go to that. I was supposed to be going to Chocolate City Lit, but something else came up that was more important, so I'm not going to that. But I think Bridget is still going this weekend.
Is she?
We might need to look in the group chat.
Yeah,
I believe she did.
Let's ask her. Okay. Quite a few people are going.
And honestly, that's really it. After seeing BookCon and all the issues of BookCon, I very much have narrowed it down to I'm too autistic for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some. One I really want to go to is Calabash in Jamaica, but where Calabash is held every 2 years because it's gonna be next year. Is in the parish that my family's from, and that parish was destroyed. So hopefully by next year,
that I would want to go to simply because it's in Jamaica. I mean, books would be a plus.
Yeah, this Treasure Beach is beautiful too. So, and
If
I've
they're doing
never,
we could totally plan for that because
yeah, I really want to go.
I
Yeah,
simply just want to be in Jamaica.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see. I have to keep up with that. And then Boca Lit Fest is one that I want to go to. I think that's in Trinidad actually.
Okay.
And then I think that happens every year. Yeah, I believe that happens every year. And then I do want to try there's the Brooklyn Book Festival as well. I think that's one I follow along as well. And I do want to go to that one. But I'm trying to think what other ones do I want to go to. I think that's about it. Do you have any other ones? Uh-oh. I can't hear you. Is it me? Is it you? Hold on. Technical Oh, there
Can
it
you
is.
hear me now? My
Yeah.
microphone died.
Dang.
Yeah, I guess my microphone said it's time to go. But
Yeah, she said wrap it up. All right, yeah.
as far as the book festivals, the Brooklyn one, I feel like I've like haphazardly gone to that one. But like I think I would need to be more intentional about it. But I usually like see stuff, and if we have time, I'll be like, "Mama, jump in the car. We're gonna go to such and such," you know. So I don't always know the names of things because I just be at the last minute, like, "Oh, I'm gonna go,"
Yeah.
especially if it's something in the city. Like, we could just jump in the car.
Yeah. You just go. There was a Zora Neale Hurston festival in Harlem last year that I saw a couple people go to. That I do want to try and go at some point.
The Schomburg. I'd go back to the Schomburg. We did that last year. That was a very good time.
I want to just go.
Yeah, no, we went to
I just want to go to that.
we went to their book thing. It happened to be their centennial last year. But I believe they do a book fest situation every year anyways, and it was a really good time. So that was something that Mom and I both enjoyed. They had like block party, whole block was shut down, and food, and we met some really cool people. We got to see Sibo. It was so funny because it was raining that day, so they moved his panel inside, and we were trying to figure out like where they moved everything to, and when we walked in, you could see him light up. He was like, "I thought y'all weren't gonna make it." So cute. Aww. I love him. Yeah, we do that again. That was where I met Clarence A. Haynes for the first time as well.
I remember that. Yeah. Oh, his book comes out soon too.
Yeah, in June.
Should be getting that soon.
Yeah, that should be coming in the mail soon. We probably need to line up with him to see when he wants to come back too.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Well, those are some of our book festival picks. Let us know in the comments where you want to go, where you might be going this summer, all the things.
Yeah. Y'all been doing good with the comments and stuff like that. Keep interacting with us, keep sharing, keep doing the things. Y'all acting like y'all like us now. I like that.
For real. I was like, wow, look at us.
We got
10
followers and stuff, 200 views on YouTube and stuff. No, the one video literally has like 700 views. I was like, wait a minute.
I said, oh, we close to 1,000.
Okay.
Look at us. All right,
we getting somewhere.
Ironically, it is our 1-year anniversary of being on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't be keeping track of dates. Oh, it said it on the thing.
If you go
I
on
was
the
gonna say.
Yeah,
because everybody seems to be loving the She Man W.E.B. Du Bois Haters Club. I don't know what that says about us as a family, but
listen,
because I was talking to somebody else about something. I think I was talking to my mom, and I said, "And you want to know whose fault it is?
It's always going to be him. It's always going to lead back to him.
B. Du Bois." But anyway, if y'all want any book recommendations, you can email us at theleagueofreaderspod@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest, if you have a recommendation for a guest or anything like that, you can email us. You can also find us in these internet streets at The League of Readers. And we will see you next week. Bye, friends.
Bye, guys.